Hi everyone, it's Kasia from Tarot Map, and this is a request from a few people. You guys wanted to see the Tarot of Origins, and I know that there is a few different versions of this deck. This is a deck which is out of print now, and I have received this copy from a swap. This is how the box looks. It's the Spanish edition. It's from Los Caraballo, and yeah, that's what it says. I don't have the little white book with it, so not sure, but I know that on the extra cards it just says 2007 Los Caraballo, and this is another card. So even if you are looking for this deck in English, don't worry, you can get it in any other of the languages, because the cards have all the languages on them anyway, so it's just, you know, the Los Caraballo style. So I'm going to just flip through these cards like this, and this deck is amazing. It's very unique. The artwork is by Sergio Toppi. He's a beautiful artist, and this version I have has backs like that. I know that there are also brown backs and like just different reverse backs, and kind of my version has this tiny little kind of blue frame, I would say. I don't know if you can even see, but it's this tiny frame. So let's just move on with this. So the names on these cards are changed. So this is Man of the Soul, and Soul is for cups. And all the pictures are very shamanic, very, you know, the high priest is called the shaman. So they very, it's beautiful, isn't it? But what do I want to say? Like they earthy. He uses a lot of, you know, runes and just this earthy feel to the cards. So this is the Prey for Judgment, very interesting. It's a very untypical deck, so I don't know what deck is it based on. Maybe on Rider-Waite-Smith, but you know, you don't really see any symbolism. I mean, any symbolism from Rider-Waite-Smith and Animal of Nature. That's the court cards. Everything is changed. So basically this deck is suiting itself quite well to be used for intuitive readings, when you actually let go of tarot system so much, as much as in, you know, sticking to traditional meanings, and just use this deck as you know, you can work with numerology, you can work bladders for wands, you can work with images, you can work with color, and you can work with elements. Nature is for pentacles, so this is one Ace of Nature. Four of Jewels is for Jewels is for interesting. So blood is for wands. Is Jewels for swords? Maybe. Or is it for pentacles? That's interesting. I have to check it out. But here we have Four of Jewels. Child of Soul. So I don't have the little white book. Maybe if you have little white book, you can tell me how they because this could be pentacles, couldn't it? The jewels. Unless jewels are something that is man-made, and it could be like swords, which are man-made. Because nature, that's very pentacles, isn't it? So Six of Nature. It has nothing to do with Six of Pentacles from Rider-Waite-Smith. Animal of Soul. And here we have Force, so creative power in this deck. Isn't it gorgeous? And I just love this artwork, and the colors are quite muted. The Sacrifice, it's the Hangman. Three of Jewels, that could be Three of Swords. Devil, so the Mask. Woman of Soul, Eight of Nature, And I show you decks that I think it goes really well with at the end of the video. So 8 of Blood. That's pretty powerful image. 2 of Soul. And I love, you know, how this intuitive reading, you just look at it and it's like muse or an ancestor or someone you can, you know, kind of like have a discussion with, come for help. 16 many years. This is 3 of Blood. Maybe Swords is blood and nature is wands and jewel is pentacles. Man of nature. Soul. 5 of soul, so it's like 5 of cups. Animal of jewels. 7 of soul. 6 of blood. It's pretty powerful too. Like she's munching on meat. 5 of jewels. What could that be? 5 of jewels. This pentacles. Man of jewels. 6 of jewels. 4 of blood. Could it be 4 of swords? But that's kind of not really with Rider-Waite-Smith, because Rider-Waite-Smith is kind of opposite. Put the sword down, dude. So maybe it is 4 of wands, kind of more active. 5 of nature. Could be 5 of pentacles. 3 of soul. This 3 of cups. Something awakening. 4 of soul. Putting the bones down. I love this Wheel of Fortune. So it's called Time. Some of the images are so powerful. Child of Jewels. But you hear me, like I'm not sure. And I think I don't really care. But if you do have a little white book, please in the comment help me out. But other than that, you know, I love this Empress. It's like you empowered looking at this image. Nature, 10 of nature. So they a little bit color coordinated. So all the nature is green. The jewels are kind of yellowish brown. 7 of jewels. The Great Mother, the High Priestess. How cool is she? Oh, love her. And the blood is red, obviously. Man of blood. So this in this deck also we can see quite a few animals. So could use animal allies as well. 3 of nature. Woman of nature. She could be the Queen of Pentacles. I think nature is Pentacles. To me, it is going to be Pentacles. 9 of nature. That's the Sun disc. So that's pretty cool. And this is Woman of Jewels. So what is she? Is Jewels swords? 4 of nature. I love this Temperance, the Source. So interesting. The Source. Never thought of Temperance as the Source. The Moon. And we had the Sun here as well. So it's quite nice how they look at one another as well. A 9 of jewels. Maybe that's jewels. Maybe that's cups. I love her face though. Okay, you see, I'm totally unprepared. I'm going to, probably I could find it online somewhere, but I'm going to just sit with it longer. I haven't had time to play with it, as you can see. And I did play with it, but I didn't really think too much because the cards I pulled were kind of obvious. 10 of soul. 8 is abundance, so this is, I think, the force was there, so this is like strength, I think. Sorry, not the strength, the justice. The chariot, I love it. And this is death. Interesting. The emperor, pretty cool. Love this. Regalia, the fool, very crazy. This is not a fool, like this is like, you know, the egg, the Orphic egg is just cracking. You're just at the verge of something crazy. The magician with the hands and like coming, like, you know, coming out of some clouds from underneath the earth. And this is child of blood. Nature 7. Maybe it is the patience. 6 of soul. And it's not that I necessarily want to, you know, find the Rider-Waite-Smith meanings here, but I'm just curious if, you know, when you create a tarot deck, you probably base it on something, on some existing form of tarot. And tarot is a system as well. So I'm always wondering, but in this case, this is at least a very coherent deck, you know, it's coherent in style. It's definitely elemental. So you have all these different elements that you can go by. So I don't mind so much. But I had this conversation with someone here on my channel, you know, if you want to totally veer away from tarot system, why not create an oracle deck? Rather, I love this star. So cool. Rather than, you know, trying to really slaughter the tarot system totally. 10 of blood, it's happy. 9 of blood, oh, it's like birth. Oh. And this is 10 of jewels. The hermit. Union, so the lovers. And 2 of jewels. 8 of jewels. 9 of soul. Maybe soul is swords. 8 of soul. Wow. So as you can see, the images are quite powerful. And now if you want to just see the cards a little bit smaller. So if this is kind of, is this regular? This is a regular tarot deck size. So they buy this much smaller, shorter and narrower. I quite like the backs, but they're not reversible, so if you use reversals you will see when the card is upside down. And when, you know, when they put out together, like, they look quite beautiful, I think. Let me just take this back. So let's use a few colors so you can see, and maybe a major arcana. There you go. So it looks quite beautiful, I think. And this color coordination makes sense, helps. And, you know, when you have a deck that is so elemental, it helps a lot. And I think this deck looks really powerful and beautiful with these decks. So with the Black Lily Tarot, because it has kind of, you know, similar vibe, really. So it's also all these colors and the artwork, don't you think that it looks pretty amazing together? They look like sister decks. And then also I found it works quite well for me with El Goliath Tarot, because El Goliath, it's quite it's you know, monochrome, is black and white, but then when we just put it on the bottom, the muted colors of Tarot of Origins also kind of go together with this one for me. So I have been using these two and these other two with Black Lily and these cards together, and I think they go really well. And also I just thought it probably will look really nice with the Crystal Bone Tarot by Jace. So if we, this is also a monochrome deck, but if we just pick, because it's the similar, you know, line style, it's this, I think it looks awesome too. Wow. Let me just pull it like this. So I think that's gorgeous. I haven't actually used this deck for a while, but it's also an awesome deck, and I do have a review of it, and I actually really love it. So I'm going to use it with Tarot of Origins as well. So this was the Tarot of Origins from 2007, Los Carabillo, and please let me know what you think. And to all these people who wanted to see the deck, here it is. See, you say I will do. Thanks for watching, and I speak to you soon, guys. Bye.